What lessons have we learned from our fathers? I'm Dr. Freda Lewis Hall, Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer. I'm here today with Laila Ali, daughter of the boxing legend Muhammad Ali, to share with us her ideas and what she's learned, lessons from her father on life, on health, and on getting old. Thank you, Laila, for being with us.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
So, if someone says the name Muhammad Ali, we think cultural icon, legend, but for you, he's dad.
Yes.
So we've learned lots of lessons from your father. If you had to pick one lesson that you would want to share with us that you learned from your dad, what would that be?
You know, he is dad, but he's still all those things to me, as he is to you, because I grew up watching him. And, you know, being a legend, he wasn't home a lot, you know, so I was watching him just like you were a lot of the time. And I think that the greatest lesson I learned from my father is just having compassion towards people. My father loves people, you know, no matter what their race, no matter what their position in life, and he treated everybody with kindness and love and respect. And that was instilled in me just by watching him.
What lessons do you hope your children learn from your father and his life?
Oh, wow. You know, I just think about when they actually figure out and learn and understand who their grandfather is going to be amazing, because he stood for so much. And I'm talking about back in when he, you know, didn't want to go to Vietnam and he got his title stripped from him, and just what he stood for, and to know that that same blood runs through their veins, they're going to feel so empowered. So I'm excited, and I definitely want to be there when they finally get it, you know, because people ask me, what age did you realize your father was Muhammad Ali? I can't really remember. I can't remember the moment. I knew he was famous. I knew it was special because everywhere we went, you know, it's crowds around us, but you don't really understand why. You know, people are famous nowadays for all types of reasons, you know, but he is the most famous, loved, and respected person, and he's made such a difference in this world, and I'm so proud of him.
So, what traits do you think you share with your with your father?
Oh man, it's so funny because I'm the most like my father when it comes to I think confidence is just, you know, off the charts. I can't even help myself. I'm very honest, I'm very loyal, I'm very straightforward. Like, you're gonna know how I feel, you know, off the bat, but I'm also very kind and very compassionate towards others. And I'm like that person that's the protector. Like, I don't want to see anybody get bullied, and I'm gonna get in it.
So the other trait that's obvious, I think, to me, correct me if I'm wrong about this, is very physical and very competitive.
Oh, yes.
Now, how is that kind of played into how you feel about health, for example?
You know, being competitive for me is the way that I inspire myself. You know, everybody has to get something that gets them started. So for me, it's like if you make it a competition, I'm like, I can do this. And me, if I tell myself I'm going to win, then I have to prove to myself that I can win. So I really do it all for me.
Let's add on to that question just a little bit. Are there specific ways in which your father gave health advice or pushed you towards a healthier lifestyle?
My father never sat us down and tried to tell us to be healthy, but, you know, being an athlete, he lived a certain lifestyle. I watched my dad, you know, I was very young, but I still remember him working out. You know, even when he got older and he wasn't boxing anymore, he still loved to box. He has a gym at one of his homes, and he likes to work out, he likes to sweat. You know, he's still doing it the old school way, you know, putting on his plastic sweatsuit, and he'd come over and try to kiss you and be like, Dad, but he was always wet and dripping. It was just disgusting at the time, but I know that he was sweating, he was working out, and then he'd eat a good dinner, good fresh home cooked meals. You know, my father wasn't taking us through drive-thrus and trying to get it done quickly. So that's how I grew up, and that's how I want my kids to grow up.
And speaking of growing up, what have your kids taught you about health since they've been born?
My kids have, you know, I was always a healthy person before they were here, but having kids is a challenge because kids don't want to eat just anything. You know, they want mac and cheese, they want spaghetti, they want chicken nuggets, but sometimes you just have to say, no, this is what it is, and they're not going to starve. You know, so I have learned that, you know, as a mom, I have to step up and I have to really, you know, pull those reins tight sometimes. And once they try something, because with kids, they're going to say no, But then once they taste it, they like it, and then, you know, so they move forward. But I'm always trying to find new ways that you want them to like their food. You don't want to force them to eat.
And to enjoy being healthy.
They don't even know they're being healthy, but, you know, that's the lifestyle we're going to live, and they'll be used to that, and then it'll just be an everyday thing for them. That's what my hopes are.
So we've talked a little bit about life lessons that your father's taught you, health lessons that you learned from your dad. What about lessons about getting old?
You know, I've learned about getting old, I think, just from watching people in society, watching family members. I know which family members took care of themselves, who lives healthy and what the results have been, and who, you know, rather just eat a piece of cheesecake and deal with whatever comes later. So I've seen that we can be in control of our health. So I've decided that at a young age, at age 35, I want to be in control of my health. I'm going to start doing what I need to do now, and I'm going to encourage everyone around me to do the same.